Hi guys! Welcome sa Zipline. In this video ay tutuloy natin yung series natin on radicals. And sa video na to, sisimulan natin yung discussion on multiplication of radicals. Kung sinusundan nyo itong series natin, this is not really new kasi naaral na natin yung rule dito, no? Ang pinaka-rule o yung tinatawag natin na product rule for radicals ay if you have two radicals, square root of a times square root of b, that's equal to square root of AB. Ibig sabihin, i-multiply mo lang yung radicands. Yung radicands, yan yung number na nasa loob ng radical sign. So dito, for example, ang radicand ay 3. Dito, ang radicand ay 12. No? And this is also true for all indices. No? For example, cube root of A times cube root of B is also equal to cube root of AB. Basta pare-pareho yung index nila, no? Yung index nila dito ay 3 pag cube root. And in general, nth root of A times nth root of B is equal to nth root of AB. So, minumultiply lang natin yung A tsaka B. So, for example, sa number 1, we can just write the square root of AB, which is 3 times 12, no? Or, this is equal to square root of 36. Ang square root of 36 ay 6. So, this is equal to 6. Now, for number 2, square root of 15 times square root of 10. Again, pwede natin directly na i-multiply, no? So, this is square root of 15 times 10 or square root of 150. Now, may mga pagkataon na kailangan pa nating i-simplify, no? For example, yung square root of 150, hindi pa siya in simplified form, no? Paano nga natin sinisimplify yung radicals? You find the largest factor, that is a perfect square, no? So dito, ang largest factor dito ay 25. This is square root of 25 times 6. 25 times 6 is 150. Pabalik naman ngayon, kung makikita nyo, magkasama sila 25 times 6. Parang dito, AB, pwede nyo rin paghiwalay ng square root of A times square root of B. So pabalik naman. So this can be rewritten as square root of 25 times square root of 6. And we know that square root of 25 is 5 times square root of 6, which is just 5 square root of 6. No? So, pwede na natin alisin yung multiplication symbol. Now, there is also another way, and I think mas magugustuhan nyo itong way na to. Ang gagawin natin is kukunin natin yung mga prime factors ng number sa loob ng radical sign, tapos pagsasamahin natin sila, tapos isusulat natin sila in exponential form. So, halimbawa, yung square root of 15, pwede natin siyang isulat as square root of 3 times 5. Tapos, yung square root of 10, square root of 2 times 5. Pagsasama-samahin natin sila inside one radical sign. So, this is 2 times 3 times 5 squared. Now, mas madali na naka-increasing order siya para mas madali natin makita kung may pattern, no? So, kaya 2 times 3 times 5 squared. Now, kung makikita nyo, yung 5 squared is a perfect square. Ibig sabihin, pwede na natin yan ihiwalay, di ba? So, magiging 2 times 3 and then times square root of 5 squared. Yun yung reason kung bakit mas madali siya kasi naka-exponent form na siya. Ma-identify na natin yung perfect square at kung pwede na natin kaagad kunin yung square root, no? So, this is equal to square root of 6. And then the square root of 5 squared is 5. Now, this is equal to 5 square root of 6. Now, in general, mas madali yung prime factorization kasi naka-exponent na siya. For number 3, we have square root of 6 times negative 3 square root of 18. So, this is equal to, pwede natin i-factor yung 6. Yung prime factors niya ay 2 and 3, di ba? So, 2 times 3. Tapos times negative 3 times square root of 2. Pwede natin ilagay yung negative 3 sa una, tapos yung lahat ng radicands, pagsama-samahin na natin inside one radical sign. So this is 2 times 2 times 3, 2 times 2 times 3. And this is equal to negative 3. Ang 2 times 2 is 2 squared. So 2 squared times 3. Ngayon, ihiwalay na natin yung perfect square, no? Magiging negative 3 times square root of 2 squared times square root of 3. And we know that square root of 2 squared is 2. So negative 3 times 2 times square root of 3. And this is equal to negative 6 square root of 3. Next, we have cube root of 4 times cube root of 10. Okay, lipat natin dito. So again, we factor. So cube root of ang 4 ay 2 squared, di ba? 2 times 2 or pwede na nating isulat as 2 squared. Tapos yung cube root of 10, ang prime factors ng 10 ay 2 and 5. So this is 2 times 5. And pag pinagsama na natin sila, this is cube root of 2 squared times 2 times 5. So this is equal to cube root of, ano ang 2 squared times 2? That's 2 cubed, di ba? And then times 5. And again, pwede natin paghiwalayin. Ihiwalay natin yung perfect cube. Cube root of 2 cubed times cube root of 5. And ang cube root ng 2 cubed ay 2. And then we have cube root of 5. So the answer is 2 cube root of 5. For number 5, we have square root of 24x cubed times 5 square root of 2y squared. So this is multiplication. Siguro lagyan natin ng 3 dito. So pag ganito, pwede na natin i-multiply kaagad yung mga numbers na outside the radical sign. No? So this becomes 15 kaagad. And then we can separate the numbers and the variables para madali. No? Times square root of 24 times 2. And then times square root of x cubed y squared. So this is equal to 15. By the way, 24 ito So 24 times 2. Ano ang factors ng 24? 24 is 8 times 3, di ba? And 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which is equal to 2 cubed times 3. So pwede natin isulat to as 2 cubed times 3 times 2. And then ito, pwede na natin itong paghiwalayin. Square root of x cubed, pwede natin isulat as square root of x squared times x. And yung square root of y squared, pwede natin siyang ihiwalay kasi siya ay perfect square. Actually, pwede nyo na yung indiretso. Pinapakita ko lang sa inyo step by step. No? So this is equal to 15. Ang 2 cubed times 2 ay 2 to the 4th. So, square root of 2 to the 4th times 3. And then, itong square root of x squared tsaka square root of x, pwede na natin yan paghiwalayin para mas hiwalay natin yung x squared, which is a perfect square. Square root of x squared times square root of x. Tapos, yung square root of y squared natin ay y. By the way, we are assuming that all variables represent positive numbers. Para wala tayong problema pag naging negative yung mga numbers. So, this is equal to yung 15 tsaka yung y, pwede na natin yan pagsamahin. So, this is 15y. Ang square root of 2 to the 4th, pwede natin ulit paghiwalayin. 2 to the 4th times 3. Ang square root of x squared ay x. And then we still have square root of x. So, this is equal to yung x dito, pwede na natin isama dun sa 15y. So, magiging 15xy. And then, by the way, this is square root of 3. And then, ano ang square root ng 2 to the 4th? Anong number ang pag minultiply mo sa sarili niya ay magiging equal to 2 to the 4th? 2 squared, di ba? 2 squared times 2 squared. So, ang square root of 2 to the 4th ay 2 squared or ano ang 2 squared? 4, di ba? Tapos, meron pa tayong square root of 3. Saka meron tayong square root of x. Yung 15 at saka 4, pwede natin gawing 60. And then we have xy times square root of 3 and times square root of x. Ngayon, pag yung dalawang radicals ay hindi na natin pwedeng i-simplify. Remember, square root of a times square root of b is square root of ab. So, pwede na natin pagsamahin ito na square root of 3x. So, 60xy times square root of 3x. Huwag kayong mainip kung bakit ginagawa ko na very detailed, no? Kasi gusto ko ipakita sa inyo yung square root of A times square root of B is equal to square root of AB. That's it. Maraming salamat. Sana nag-enjoy kayo sa ating video. Huwag niyo kalimutan mag-subscribe sa ating channel and invite your friends. Maraming salamat. I'll see you in the next video.